Good evening, all. My name is Dr. Lavanya. A case presentation on bilateral full thickness macular hole in myopic eyes. Introduction. Macular hole is an important cause of central vision loss. It occurs due to full thickness defect in the center of macula involving the anatomical fovea. Risk factors include increasing age, axial length greater than 26.5 mm, refractive greater than minus 6 diopters, and Asian ethnicity. Estimated prevalence is 3.3 per thousand people with cumulative incidence of 41.1 cases per 1 lakh per population. Object is to report the surgical challenges of operating on a case of bilateral full thickness macular hole in highly myopic patients. This is a retrospective case report. Results. A 62-year-old female with underlying high myopia presented with metamorphopsia in both eyes presented to our OPD. She had undergone uneventful bilateral cataract surgery 7 years prior to the current presentation. At present, her visual acuity was 6 by 36 with pinhole 636, near vision 24 in the right eye, and 624 with pinhole 624, near vision 18 in the left eye. Examination and investigations of both eyes shows full thickness macular hole with posterior staphyloma. Pars plana vitrectomy was performed twice over her left eye for the stage 4 macular hole with first surgery failing to oppose the macular hole due to unavailability of forceps that was long enough to safe reach the posterior pole. Axial length of that patient was 31 mm. Other intraoperative challenges include pigmentary changes at small hole that was difficult in discrete. Fortunately, a repeat surgery involving usage of membrane blue stain with C3F8 gas for 3 minutes achieved symptomatic and anatomical functional success. She is planned for right eye macular hole surgery next. This is the picture showing posterior staphyloma of both right and left eyes. Discussion. High myopic eyes have higher chances of undergoing vitreoretinal surgery due to retinal pathologies such as macular hole, epiretinal membrane, and rhegmatogenous retinal detachment. Surgery in such eyes is challenging due to higher axial length, posterior staphyloma, thinner and atrophic retina, degenerated vitreous, thinner sclera, and abnormal scleral fibers. Conclusion. A-scan and B-scan ultrasonography should be performed for patients with pseudophakia undergoing macular hole detachment surgery who have history of high myopia previously. Due to increased axial length and posterior staphyloma, standard instruments may be too short for therefore unable to reach the retinal surface, especially for the posterior pole. This will result in reduced surgeon's maneuverability, erroneous contact with viewing system, longer and more challenging procedure. It is important for patients to undergo axial length measurement and B-scan ultrasonography to identify eventual posterior staphyloma to adequately plan the intraoperative approach. Thank you.